Today we'll be taking range of motion measurements of the forearm pronation, forearm supination, elbow flexion, and elbow extension. To begin, we'll be doing the forearm pronation. I'll ask the patient to please rest their elbow at 90 degrees by their side. I'll be taking the axis of the goniometer, placing it on the proximal to the ulnar styloid process. The stationary arm is perpendicular to the floor, and the movable arm is on the posterior surface of the forearm. Next, I'll ask the patient to please turn their wrist palm down. Patient's measurement is 85 degrees. Next, we'll be asking the patient to perform forearm supination. I'll have the patient rest their arm by their side at 90 degrees. I'll be taking the axis of the goniometer and placing it proximal to the ulnar styloid process. The stationary arm will be perpendicular to the floor with the movable arm on the anterior surface of the forearm. Next, I'll ask the patient to please turn their wrist palm up. Patient's reading is at 70 degrees. Next, we'll be doing elbow flexion and elbow extension range of motion. I'll be placing the axis of the goniometer on the lateral epicondyle of the humerus. The stationary arm is parallel to the longitudinal axis of the humerus, and the movable arm is parallel to the longitudinal axis of the radius. I'll ask the patient to please flex their elbow. Patient's reading is at 150. Next, we'll be doing elbow extension. I'll ask the patient to please flex their elbow at 90 degrees. I'll be placing the axis of the goniometer lateral epicondyle of the humerus. The stationary arm is lateral longitudinal axis, lateral longitudinal of the humerus, and the movable arm will be placed parallel to the longitudinal axis of the radius, and I'll ask the patient to please extend their elbow. Patient's measurement is 0.